Hey folks, Randy Gold, Trout Magnum Man with you here today. It's been a long time since I did an update, folks, on the channel. I apologize for that. It's just been busy with life out here. I've been fighting a tooth abscess for 3.5 months. Finally might have it fixed. I'm not sure. Still some issues there, but anyway, the main reason hadn't been any videos, I haven't been fishing. I just haven't gone. Of course, the only place really to go is fish off the bank over at Ball Knob Lake. Fish off the pier, really. There's not a lot of bank fishing there. They have a fishing pier. But anyway, haven't gone over there much. Fishing's kind of off over there from what I understand right now, but it's fixing to pick up. But I'm just waiting on my boat, and my boat is coming along. It's probably going to be, it'll probably be sometime the end of October. And the reason I say that is I'm having trouble getting a trolling motor I want. They're not out yet. I want an Ulterra, but I want the new Quest series. I don't want to buy old technology. Unfortunately, the Quest series of motors are not going to go on sale before 1 October. And I'm sure I'll have to wait to get one. So I've just made the decision to wait on the Quest. And I say that, you know, it might happen, I don't know. These still supply chains are problems. And the problems with these supply chains can you know, they can hold up a whole lot of stuff. But we'll see. We'll see come 1 October how many of these motors are readily available and people start getting them. But from everything I've researched about the Quest series of motors from Minn Kota, they're far better than the older models they have on the market now. And I just don't want to buy old technology. And even saying whether I want to buy old technology or not, they are hard to get also. There's just not a lot of them left, and they're you know, they're ramping up to build everything on the Quest series, so they're not producing any more of the older model Ulterras. So it's whatever's out there is what you're going to get, if you can get it. And my boat dealer, the distributor he deals with for his trolling motors, they're having trouble getting Minn Kota motors, period. But we'll see how that goes. But when the boat gets finished and I get it in my hand, folks, you can bet I'm going to be fishing. I'll be over at Ball Knob Lake quite a bit because it's so close to the house, and it is a good place to fish, obviously. I really need to explore it in the boat, need to get out and learn it. I will, of course, be doing trout fishing on the Little Red River. Just going to get back into fishing, going to get back into making videos. As far as purchasing gear, you know, for those of us who do this Japanese fishing gear, you know, you unless you are independently wealthy, you cannot just continue to buy this gear because the cost is just prohibitive. And I have not purchased any major items out of Japan in quite a while. I say that. I do have a couple of new rods from Major Craft, and of course it's not on the ultralight side. Just got in here recently, the Major Craft Days light action rod to cast 1/16 ounce D2 jigs. This is going to work well for the 1/16. And this rod is an absolute buy. Of course, like I said, folks, it's not ultralight fishing. I have 2 of these rods. I have one in the light action. I have also one in the medium light action. When you're fishing a D2 jig for trout, let me tell you something. If you don't have any D2 jigs and you're a trout fisherman, you need to get them. They are the real deal. It's about an idiot proof of lures you're going to find, and they catch a ton of fish. I bought these rods to fish on the White River and the Little Red River in current. When you're fishing D2 jigs, you're more than likely are going to get into larger trout than what you would say with a trout magnet, although the trout magnet will catch plenty large trout. But the D2 jigs, they're phenomenal. I'm here to tell you, and I don't say that about a lot of lures. You know, the trout magnet's a phenomenal lure. The D2 jig's a phenomenal lure. And I will be fishing it quite a bit. But you can't fish those jigs with ultralight rods. I've done it. It's not the best thing to do. Wait till this truck gets by here before I continue. Well, actually, that was the neighborhood handyman going by the lawnmower. But the D2 jigs are a phenomenal bait for fishing deeper water, fast-moving water. They're absolutely great. But I'm going to tell you about the D2 jigs. If you're not using a fast-action rod with good sensitivity, if you're not fishing braided line, and for me, it's the Varivas double cross braided line that's infused with the polyester, which has some phenomenal braid. If you're not fishing braided line and a sensitive fast action rod with the D2 jig, you're going to catch some fish, but you're going to miss a lot of fish. That's the nature of the beast. While I'm no expert on fishing a D2 jig, I can tell you what equipment you need for it, and that is the equipment you need for it. But that's why I bought these rods, and I don't know how many. I'm sure when I get out on the river, I will have these two rods with me. But I'm sure there's still going to be a lot of trout magnet fishing with all my ultralight rods. To report back on that, got to report to I've ordered some Jigpara jigs from Major Craft. They came in. I got them out of Major Craft USA. They come out of California. They're very good jig heads. Very good jig heads. It's all saltwater light game jig heads out of Japan. They have a very short shank on the hook, which you kind of gotta, maybe manipulate your trout magnet some to get it to lay on there right, or cut one section off, maybe two sections off, which I don't like to do. But that's the only problem with saltwater light game jig heads out of Japan, is that they're all short shank hooks, but they're set up, obviously to use the plastics they use for saltwater light game fishing there. But have not ordered any reels. Don't foresee me ordering any reels in the near future, simply because we're still trying to get things going with this house. Our house it's really come on good, but I mean, there's always something. Got to have a little bit of work in the drainage ditch behind my house. Got to have it done. There's always something to spend money on besides fishing gear when you purchase a new home. And got to get the shop rearranged to get my boat in here. I could put it in here now if I wanted to, but I really want to move some stuff around, get some stuff permanently situated, such as my yard tools hanging on the wall. I need to get it better organized for the boat. But like I said, the boat's a month or so away, so we've got time to do that. But there's not much else going on. I would love to be fishing, but it's just not, that's just not in the cards right now. Fall fishing always is great, no matter where you're at. Out here it's very good, although a lot of the White River and the Little Red River, a lot of times they're just not running any water, so that can be an issue. Sometimes it gets really, really low, and it is right now from my understanding. But we're going to continue to search out places here in Arkansas that I might want to fish. That's reasonably close to the house, which those are hard to find. There's another lake about 30 miles away that I will be checking out. It has quite a good population of fish from my understanding. Some yellow bass, some Kentucky bass, crappie, bluegill, shellcracker, and of course largemouth, which I'm not really after. But we'll check them out, and just going to continue to march. But just wanted to let y'all know that the channel is not dead. It may seem it's dead, and I apologize for not having more videos put up. But just life is getting in the way here. What we're trying to do to get the house set up and continue on with that. And hopefully, Is the house ever really finished? I don't know. I say, is the house ever finished? Maybe, maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe you continue to do stuff to it until the day you die. I hope not. I know my home back in Murfreesboro, we'd kind of, after we had the patio done and put the fence around the patio, that was pretty much it, because we didn't have a yard. We had a yard, but not like this yard here. That's another thing. I'm trying to get my yard to do better. I really want a good looking yard. And it's coming along, but got a lot more work to do to it. But, I get an email about once a week from somebody wanting to know about a reel, a rod, jig head, line. So there's still people watching the videos, still people learning about ultralight angling with the gear out of Japan. Nowadays, folks, when I started my channel, there wasn't a whole lot of English YouTube videos about JDM gear. There's a whole bunch now. There's quite a few, which is a good thing. It's a real good thing. I can tell you this: if you're watching this and you want some good information, get you some trout magnets, get you some JDM saltwater light game jig heads, get you a very sensitive rod out of Japan, an area trout rod or an aging rod. Get you some Varivas line. I am sold on Varivas fishing line. It's absolutely a fantastic line, whether you want nylon, braid, or polyester, which I'm a huge fan of polyester. Those who watch the channel know that. Those, you're not going to go wrong with any of those. The trout magnet, folks, it's I've tried a lot of soft plastics. I haven't found anything that is as good as it. I will continue to look, although not like I used to look, because you just know when you've got the best, that's, why you want to go anywhere else. You do it just to try stuff out, but it winds up hanging on the wall and you don't ever use it again. Because it just doesn't produce for me like the trout magnet does. And I'm sure there's a lot of lures that's going to catch you bluegill and trout and so on and so forth. But I don't think none are going to beat out the trout magnet. It's just proven. If you're a pan fisherman, if you're a trout fisherman, it's just a fantastic lure. I'm sure, some of you might disagree with that, but that's okay. That's how you learn stuff. People open up a discussion. But, I got some of the new trout magnet jig heads. I don't know if I told y'all. For those of you who fish with the 1/64th, those are nice jig heads, the new ones. The hook, it's pretty sharp. It's pretty darn sharp. And they do weigh 1/64th. I weighed them. I got a new scale in where I can really weigh, I can weigh half-gram jig heads and above. And they do weigh 1/64th. They're right on. But I don't use 1/64th ounce much anymore because it's so darn light. Unless you're fishing, in 3 or 4 feet of water. If you're fishing 8, 9, 10 feet of water, it just takes so long to get down there. And but there is a place for it. I just don't use it as much as I used to. But they're new jig heads. If you're looking for a good 1/64th ounce jig head, and you don't want to spend the money to get out of Japan, which I understand that because Japanese jig heads are expensive. That trout magnet 1/64th ounce jig head, the new ones are pretty darn good, so you might want to check them out. But anyway, folks, we're going to continue to march, continue to do the channel as it's been going. As soon as I get this boat, you will see the videos ramp up. I don't know if I'll get one a week because I'm not going to fish in the winter unless it's really a beautiful weather day. But spring, summer, and fall, I'll be fishing a lot, and there will be a video probably once a week. Just need to get the boat. That's all that's holding me back is the boat. And once I get that boat, I'm on light out fishing because let me tell you, folks, I ain't getting no younger. And life's too short. You need to enjoy it and get out and do what you want to do. So anyway, appreciate all of you watching. Appreciate the emails. Appreciate the support of the channel. So until next time, so live them all, and life is good.